Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. So by now, most of you would be knowing that I have launched my book, The Times Ahead, a collection of 25 sci-fi stories. It's available on Amazon, Google Books, and SGHS store. SGHS is the publisher of this book. So you would have seen some of the reviews put up by book reviewers about this book. So I thought maybe I can also talk about this book. So this won't be a review as such, but an overview. So I would like to walk you through the some of the contents of this book and talk about the book in general and why I wrote this book, so and so forth. So I am a science fiction enthusiast, and so frankly, more than reading books, so I have read a few science fiction books, classical science fiction books, but more than that, I watched science fiction movies, right from Planet of the Apes to Interstellar, from War of the Worlds to Martian, and many more. So I thought, why not channel my ideas and interest in science fiction in the form of a book and express my ideas in the form of a book. So here it is, The Times Ahead, a collection of 25 sci-fi stories. So talking about the contents of the book, these are the contents, all 25 of them. So it covers a wide variety of topics in science fiction, or science for that matter. So quantum physics, time travel, space exploration, nanotechnology, nuclear power, even climate change are some of the topics is among the topics which this book addresses. Autonomous vehicles is also one among those. So definitely it covers a lot of topics, and uh, this book I started writing earlier this year. A lot of effort has gone into this. And talking about some of the topics, so say quantum bandstand. So this talks about solar power satellites and how, due to the impact of a comet, they start losing efficiency, which is detrimental to the world. But how quantum physics is utilized to restore the efficiency. So quantum physics meeting classical physics and how they together form a kind of a bandstand in physics itself. So that is this chapter about, and it's very interesting, like other chapters are. And then this book has this topic, The Invisible Thief. Now, Invisible Man was a novel by The Invisible Man. It was a novel by H.G. Wells, a renowned author. Of course, this is not inspired by that novel, but it has reference to that. And this Invisible Thief is about, of course, an invisible thief who tries to who robs banks and also commits a murder, but is finally caught by anti-crime squad uh, because of a loophole which is there in the whole process. So this is very interesting, um, and we get to learn a lot about science concepts in this book also. So then there is the 20-year travel. So the name suggests that it's related to time travel, and of course it is. So there are very few topics in this book which is reflects towards which is a reflection on the yesteryears, maybe as a form of alternate history, maybe as a form of just a reflection. And while most of the chapters are futuristic, and that's why the name of the book is Times Ahead, but there are few chapters which deals with some of the historic events in the past. And this is one of those chapters, and which is called the 20-year travel. It is set in South Korea, and how the protagonist travels 20 years back in time, during the World War II era. Of course, it is set in 1962, but it goes back in time to 1942, World War II era South Korea, and how the protagonist changes the course of history. That is this chapter all about. So it's very interesting. All chapters are interesting, so I just wanted to walk you through a few. Then you will find this Geobacter squad. So the name is very innovative. and at first glance of the title, it doesn't quite it's not quite clear what the chapter is all about. But let me talk about it. So this geobacter is a type of bacteria. Now, bacteria, when it is utilized as an army against an enemy in this case is nuclear radiation from a nuclear plant. So, how bacteria helps in fighting nuclear radiation is the book is all is what this chapter is all about. And there is a actual case of a bacteria, reducing the nuclear radiation, which is detected in Chernobyl itself, right? So you would have heard about the elephant's foot. So at that point, how or that area is where this chapter draws inspiration from, and how, as I said, an army of bacteria, a squad of geobacter, right? A squad of bacteria is utilized to reduce radiation from a nuclear plant, and this is set in Belgium in the year 2017. So as I said, most of the chapters are set in a future time, some a near future time, some a very some far in future, very far in future. So that's about this chapter. Then we have the tunnel of time. That is, right, tunnel of time. So this has reference to Mahabharata, which is an Indian mythological epic, and how illusion is used, right? How illusion is used to fight the enemy, to outfox the enemy, right? And there are concepts of gravitational lensing, wormholes, of course, very classical concepts of science, and definitely adds a lot of value. Those concepts definitely add a lot of value to this chapter. So that's what it's all about. And then we have Mars, or rather, before that, the wrong enemy. So the wrong enemy is about General George Patton, who is a famous general of the World War II era, from the US. So there is a book by Anthony Cave Brown, which is Bodyguard of Lies. In that, he mentions how his opinions against Russia, okay, after the war, cost him his job, basically, right? And this chapter deals with that, with the problems he faced because of his opinion, of course, with an element of science fiction involved. So how he travels in time to the future, and that really reinforces his opinions about Russia, and how the end result is the same, but just a parallel history related to that. So it's kind of, you know when history meets science fiction, what happens. Of course, there have been books and topics, movies related to that element, but this is a refreshing take, and I don't think any this topic has come up. This is an innovative or creative concept, a very novel concept in the world of science fiction. So I hope you will definitely like it. And then we have uh, Mars Express. So Elon Musk keeps talking about Mars tourism, Mars travel, so on and so forth. So this may not be inspired by that, but definitely is interesting, and talks about how, space tourism takes shape at a future time, and in that process there is a contact between aliens who are settled in Mars, and how the Earth Mars relationship takes shape after that, and you know uh, what what changes in mind does the chief of the aliens in Mars, uh, he undergoes, and what is the impact of that change in mind on the Earth Mars relationship. So that is explained in this chapter beautifully, and there is an element of a friendship, a personal friendship, uh, between a human in Earth, and a Martian, right? So that also is covered. This is very interesting. So you would have, as you see, there are a lot of topics covering a wide range of domains in science fiction, and all are interesting. So some would appeal to a certain set of audience or readers, some others would appeal to another set of audience or readers, but definitely science fiction enthusiasts in general would definitely like it. And also I appeal to the those who are the readers who are not so much into science fiction. They can also go for it, because it will definitely change their perspective, add a new perspective to their and they would also increase their knowledge base in the process. So definitely, if they so in general, I would appeal to the readers to deep dive into those in the topics which are given here. So if they do that out of interest generated by this book, then it's nothing like it. So that's the idea of whole idea of writing this book. And a lot of effort, as I mentioned, a lot of effort has gone into this, and I hope that you will all will like it. This is just for a price of a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. So it's a good collection. It's a good book to be kept as a collection, and it is like my first book. So I hope you all will like it, and based on the feedback, I can proceed with some of my future plans regarding writing. So it's this book is very crucial in that regard. So thank you for listening.